Dear students, now we'll just look into the logic diagram for of the 8:1 mux. So we have already discussed about the mux. So here when all the three bits A, B and C are 0, 0, I naught will be chosen. So when all these three are 0, 0 means here it's 1 since it is bar, and I naught, whatever the I naught bit, then first AND gate will be enabled. So this output I'm going to get across the Z. So this is the logic diagram of 8:1 mux. So you can able to write the logic diagram for any given multiplexer. So now we'll be discussing about the three-state buffers. So I just asked you sometime before what is a buffer. This is how the buffer look like a triangle. So A is the input, C is the output. So this B, it's enabling this buffer. So here since I've connected directly to this buffer, so whenever this I input of the B, so this buffer has been enabled. Whatever the input I provide across A, I'm going to get across C. So now I just use that like a switch. This is how actually it looks like. Whatever the A input, so based on whether the switch is closed or open. Like if my B is high, it means it is closed. I'll be getting output C. Whatever my A, that will be across C. If the switch is open, suppose if B is 0, means whatever the input I'll not be getting across C. Whenever the switch is open means when the buffer is not enabled. So what is the output? I'll call that as an open circuit, right? When it is open circuit, it is nothing but an high impedance. So high impedance, I'll be representing it as Z. Is this clear? What is this buffer? How it looks? This B is the enable bit of the buffer, A is the input and C is the output. Based on whether it is enabled or disabled, I'm going to get the output across C. If it is enabled, whatever input A, I'll be getting across C. If it is disabled, then this is open circuit, I'll be getting high impedance across C. That's what the three-state buffer. So there are different ways of representing. So there are 4 kinds of three-state buffer. What are these 4 kinds of three-state buffers? Based on whether directly I'm getting A across C or the inverted content of input, or whether this will be enabled with high enable or low enable. As we have looked into the multiplexer, it is a low enable, active low enable. So similar to that, whether it is active low or active high, based on that we'll be having 4 kinds of three-state buffers. So these are the 4 kinds of three-state buffers. So this we have written. When B is 0, it is disabled. So when B is 0, whatever the input A, we never bother. Our output is high impedance, that is Z. When B is 1, whatever our input, we are going to get across C. If A is 0, then we are going to get 0. If A is 1, then we are going to get 1. So now we'll just look into the next. So A we have provided, but we have written an inverter here. Like whatever our output will be complementary of the input. So here also it's directly given. When B is 0, this buffer is disabled. When it is disabled, irrespective of the input, our output is high impedance. So when B is 1, if A is also, if A input is 0, then our C is the complementary content of the input, right? When A is 0, I'm getting 1. When A is 1, I'm getting 0 here. So in the next, it's active low enabled. Whenever I provide low input, it will be activated. These 2 cases are active high. Whenever I provide high input, it was activated. These 2 cases are reverse to that. Whenever I provide low input, it will be activated. You can see a bubble across this. So when there is low input, we are getting the output. When there is high input, it is deactivated. So we are getting impedance, high impedance. Even in this case, whenever it is high, it is high impedance. So in case of this, so it's been activated when it is 0. Now my A is 0, C is 0. When A is 1, C is 1. In this case, When A is 0, because it is complementary. When A is 0, C is 1. When A is 1, C is 0. In this way, we can write 4 different kinds of 3-state buffers. So here the Z refers to the high impedance state. So now, if you understand this, what is this 3-state buffer? Now what we'll do is, we'll just attach 2 3-state buffers together. I have one enable bit, that is B. A and C are my inputs. So I'll be enabling one at a time. So when it is active low, enabling A. When it is active high, enabling C. That's what we are trying to do it here. So now, whenever I provide this P0, this has been activated. So whatever my A, I'll be getting across D. Whenever my B is 1, so this has been activated. Whatever I will provide across C, I'll be getting that as an output. So is this looks similar to our 2:1 multiplexer? This, wait a minute. Yeah, this B is nothing but an select bit. So when this was 0, it will be choosing A. When this was 1, it will be choosing C. That is how it works. So B is the select bit, A and C are the inputs, so D is our output. So similar to this, we can have multi-stages of the 3-state buffers, and we can able to convert that like a multiplexer. Multiple inputs, single output. When we have 4 buffers, then it is 4:1 mux. 8 buffers, 8:1 mux. Like that we can able to do it. So the topic what we were discussing is decoders, and next we'll be discussing with encoders. This is how this decoder block diagram looks like. 3 to 8 decoder. 3 inputs, ABC are the 3 inputs, 8 outputs, Y0 to Y7. What we are going to get across all this, all the main terms. When there are 3 inputs, what are all the main terms? 000 to 111, right? The 000, how we are going to represent? A bar, B bar, C bar. So 1, A bar, B bar, C. 2, A bar, B, C. So we are going to get all the main terms across the output in a 3 to 8 decoder. So the similar has been written here when this ABC, all 8 combinations. So these are your outputs. When it is 000, Y0. When it is 001, Y1. When it is 010, Y2. Similarly, you write. This is the block diagram of 3 to 8 decoder, and this is the truth table of 3 to 8 decoder. All of you make a note of these 2 things. Write down. So in this, these are the 3 functions given. These are the main terms given now. Need to realize using 3 to 8 decoder. So we know what is 3 to 8 decoder, right? I just write it here. Okay, wait. So we go with this. First we need to write this decoder, 3 to 8 decoder. So 3 inputs. These 3 inputs are the ABC inputs. So A, B, C. These are the 3 inputs. So this is 3 to 8 decoder. And these are the outputs. What are these outputs? Are all the main terms we are getting across this. That is Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, Y6 and Y7. I will not be writing like that there because there is no place for me. You can just write down here inside this all these main terms. Instead of just writing Y0, Y1, what I suggest is all of you write down the terms like A bar, B bar, C bar. This is A bar, B bar, C bar. Or else, very simple thing, you can just write down the main term M0, M1, M2, M3. So it will be easy for you as well. M5, M6 and M7. So do this, and now we need to realize an expression for this 0, 5, 6. So connect 0 because there is no place. If you have a place, you can draw like this vertically down connect 0, 5, 6 as well. You can do like that. Is this clear? Connect M0, M5 and M6 to an OR gate. This is your function F1. So F2, 0, 1, 4, 7. So 0 again we need to use it. Then 1, 4, yeah, it's here 4 and 7. Give it to the next OR gate, F2. Then next 2, 3, 6. Extract 2, 3 and 6. So this is the function F3. So similar to this, any any functions given, any number of functions, we can able to realize using only one 3 to 8 decoder. What's the case I'm asking? If these are bubbled outputs, so what will happen? Whatever our expected output will be reverted now. If 0, then I'll be getting here 1. If it is 1, then I'll be getting here 0. That is how our output works well. So if these are the contents, because it's been reverted input, so what gate can be used? If you remember, if you attended the class from the beginning, right? Bubbled NAND is equal to R, correct, no? Do you remember that? Bubbled NAND is equal to an R. So this can be replaced with a NAND gate. It works similar to our R because there is a bubble across the input. So now the bubble is not across this input, bubble is across this output of this decoder. So with this bubbled NAND looks similar to your R. So directly we can replace this R with a NAND whenever it is active low outputs of the 3 to 8 decoder. So this blindly you can't write it for everything. When the IC number has been specified, normally they will be specifying in the problem statement itself. Okay, with this IC it is active low enable, active low outputs, active low inputs, like that. You should be very familiar. If it is anything like active low inputs, so bubble across the input. Active low outputs, bubble across the output. Active low enable, bubble across the enable bit. So like that you should understand what is that question has been given. So based on the features you need to write a circuit. Thank you.